Hola, hola, hola. Hi everyone. Today I am at a cafe. This is a horchata latte con café. I actually ordered it para llevar, which is to go, but I've accepted it. I'm not the type to be like, oh, I actually wanted this to go. Oh, and then I also got a little croissant con queso y jamon. It's like crazy because it's like French and Spanish, you know? Yeah. So that's what's going on. They got these little chips. I don't know what they would call them. Good crunch. That's good. Okay. Originally, I had wanted to go and get like a little pastry and a coffee or a tea and sit in the park and talk about lots of different things. Um, but I guess that's not gonna happen. But this is nice. This is nice too. Show around. It's very lush and green. The park that I wanted to go to was right across the street. It has like this big fountain. I've already posted it on my story. It's very like it's across the street from a universidad, a university, and it's got this big fountain. So I thought that would be really fun, but that's okay. Maybe another time, maybe in a few minutes. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I wanted to talk about um it's kind of almost like loneliness, but I don't want to focus on too many negative things. I feel like there's been so many negative things in the feed. Like, okay, TikTok is like all about, the collapse. And I'm just like, I'm, s- I think I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, I think we've had enough. I've heard enough complaining about it all and the darkness. I'd like to focus more on like raising the vibes, if you know what I mean. Like, what who are we surrounding ourselves with? Oh no, I hope it's not gonna rain. But who are we surrounding ourselves with? Because there's a global loneliness epidemic, the loneliness epidemic. People talk about the male loneliness. I've talked about it before. Lots of people talk about it. It's the quality of relationships. I've talked about it with my friend, where we have these, sometimes they're really deep and long lasting relationships with people, and in the end, these people are not on our level. And when it comes to like clashes, like you're done, like you're cut, like it's over. And I think that's a really hard, that's a part of life. It's a part of growing up. Because I know my friend and I have been going through really hard times with like financially, of course, like who, who's not, but with in terms of like serious relationships that are close to you, whether it's partners, whether it's friendships, or even family, or even like coworkers, people who are really important to you. And it's hard to even put it into words. It's like they let you down because they're not on your level of existence. And I think that's a hard concept to wrap your mind around when somebody you really care about is actually not someone who has the best intentions for you and for the relationship. And now that I'm out here alone, which is like that's a normal thing. I traveled Southeast Asia alone. I'm okay with that. But it makes me really think about where are we putting our focus, our energy, our love and attention? Because there's only so much of it, and when it gets like squandered by people that you've invested so much time and energy into, it does hurt. And it makes you feeling like, "Oh, what the hell was that all about?" Of course, there's always like opportunities for growth and learning, but damn, we've been through the ringer. All right, let's take a bite of this croissant. Mm, this is my version of a mukbang. I'm gonna be honest, people are looking real sexy out here. When you don't maybe this happened to my friends in Japan who like went to Japan being like, I'm not really into Japanese girls. This is not me, okay? But when you're in a country for a really long time, something about you like become more increasingly attracted to like the local population. I think just because you get used to it and you like, have more time to experience the beauty of the place that you're at. And yeah, not that I'm have a like a any sort of preference or type. Like again, I'm from SoCal. Like yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a whole thing too. Nice crunch. I should do this more often. They're playing good music. I like that. I like good music. Okay. Yeah, it's a really difficult topic because it's so serious and it's so close to home. But I've been thinking about it, and I've done reports. I swear to God, I've done reports on loneliness in Japan, the pressures from society, from family. I get what's going on. Um, and then the lack of hope. I think that's what's been a topic of discussion these days especially when we talk about the economy. I say it all the time. Could we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? That, and then also the relationship aspects, the between the traditional binary of men and women, there's this there's a block. There's some sort of blockage. I don't know. And I'm a huge fan, like romantically, of men. In theory, as a concept, I like them, but in reality, I've said it a bunch of times. I be getting catcalled. People are whistling. I can't even whistle. Whatever. It's how we relate to people. I think things have become really shallow in terms of relationships between people, which is really sad. I feel like I've always been a ride. I used to say I'm a ride and a die. Like I will ride and die with you. Like let's what is the end scene where those two girls like ride it off in the car? It's that one. My mom will know it. But it's literally like that. Like if you're in my inner circle, like I'm so for you until you push it. Like I've been seeing so many cuz people are talking about this. It's a huge epidemic that like there's also boundaries and lines that some people cross or toe repeatedly, and it reveals that they don't respect you as like yourself or the relationship. And I've had it happen with family, friends, and people I work with. Like I it it disturbs me. I think I'll bring up kind of the parallels because I feel like my friends and I are very aligned. We're very similar in our worldviews, and we're always going through the same type of like, oh, we're having like trouble in relationships, or we're dealing with family right now, or things like that. And we're such a I mean, we hope. I think by design, humans are pretty pro-social. I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't. Maybe it's that people aren't setting. I've been thinking about it because I was a community engagement management fellow. So engagement is the name of the game. What are the rules of engagement for this dynamic, for this relationship? I've said before, there have been times where I've had to literally be like, I cannot talk to you anymore. You cannot be in my life any longer because you showed me that your ego will dominate like in every situation and in this, you know. And I have a big ego, you know. But oh yeah, and my friend, she's yeah. When you start posting, when you start posting these quotes about like people who've wronged you, or like I almost wanted to talk about the soul tribe, like people be talking about, which is like such a woo woo Western thing to say, but I think it's true, especially when you come from, again, I come from barely a family. Like I come from like, and I think a lot of people don't come from the traditional like kind of family structure. And so you have to go out and be in the world and hope that people will be people that you can get along with, one, I think. And also like that people could, oh my god, dog. Oh my god, dogs. like I say, that people are going to be, good people, and they're going to be good for you. Good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, even ask. Um, and I don't know what it is. It's also really frustrating when I think it's so hard, that mental dynamic where it's like, you're my friend or you're my partner, right? You're my romantic partner, or you're my, family member, or you're my person that I see all the time at work, and I can't, like, believe I can't believe you've done this. Right. Like, I am interested in how everybody else feels about navigating that. Oh, we have to we're a pro-social species. We're not like lone wolf. We really aren't lone wolves. We need each other to keep it moving. Obviously, that's how we've all set it up, and that's how it is, and that's fine. But then there are people who, deep into the relationship, you've already invested, you've already committed, and then you're like, oh, uh-oh. And I think it's super exhausting having to go through that. And I understand that probably for me and my friends, and whoever else, this is obviously, this is a cycle, and we are being confronted with our demons or whatever we say, so we can, break these cycles. But I wish it didn't have to be. I saw a comment on like a TikTok, and it said, I wish that I had a group of friends that I could just, sit around and laugh with. And I'm like, I mean, that's what life's all about. And I get that. Like, and I'm different. I know I'm different. I know I'm a little bit different, but I just I understand that that's really difficult for a lot of people. Hi, hi, cute dog. Hi. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this dog. Oh my god, hello. Oh my god. Hi. You're funny. You're funny. Okay, bye bye. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, so cute. Okay, that's so funny. Okay, yeah. Oh my god, back. Yeah, okay. I saw a comment, and yeah, I think a lot of people relate to that. It's like beyond fear of missing out. It's like you've already kind of been not included. You kind of already don't have it. It's like beyond fear of missing out. It's straight up just missing out. And I know, I get that's tragic. And I'm, again, like, my situation right now, I am like alone in a foreign country. Like, I've done it before, and I know I can make friends. And like, I've told y'all, like, men be coming up to me and asking me for my WhatsApp or whatever. But the quality of people and the quality of your relationships are so important to the quality of your life, I think. And I think that's what a lot of my friends and I are, especially my older friends, my friends who are in their 30s, who are really like, okay, well, this is life, bro. Like, either you're in it or you're not in it. And like, people who are in their 30s are like, I feel like they're quite older than me in my friend group around my age. So I think I get it that when you're in your 30s, 35, it's really like, are you going to be positively contributing to my life, or are you going to be draining me? And or are you going to switch up? Because and this is just, and I'm not outing my friend or anything, but and this has happened to me too, where it's like you think someone's has good and pure intentions, and then they reveal their true self at some point, and you're like, whoa, 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 I thought you liked me. Like, I thought we were friends. I thought we were dating. And it's just happened so many times recently. I don't know what's been going on with this summer, but it's been with my friends, and it's like everyone's like, or maybe it was before summer. It was this spring. Everyone like broke up. Like, all of my friends like broke up with whoever they were seeing because there was like a switch up. It was like literally, it would be like overnight, and it was all of my friends, no matter how long the relationship was. And again, i I remember being in my switch up time where like I was seeing a guy, and he I thought we were doing well. There was definitely, I mean, my mom kept asking, are there red flags, are there red flags, and I kept being like, like, not really, but there's definitely some times where I would be like, what's that about? And I remember my other friend also being like, I know this isn't gonna last, which is like a hard thing to say, I think, when you're dating someone long term. I think it's hard when you know the parents. I feel like that's when you're really invested. And then the switch up has happens, and it's like they don't care that they hurt you, and then they just keep it moving. Oh, I hate that. That's so disrespectful. Oh, oh, we're having an episode. There, this is the cafe to have an episode at. We're at Madre, which is Mom Cafe. We're on the side because there's like a restaurant part with it's a nice place. We're having a tough time. It's okay. Um, yeah. The affirmation is, I am worthy of love. I'm loved and lovable. That's the affirmation. Just putting that one out there. Um, yeah. But the switch up is crazy. I I don't understand. Maybe it's because when people get really comfortable, that's the craziest thing. Some of my this specific last, like, this spring of like really really bad relationships ending and bad endings. It was like, oh my god, a bug. Oh my god. Um, yeah, I I just, oh my god, this conversation is going crazy right now. Oh my. Uh oh. Uh oh. Here we go. Oh, yeah. It's when people get too comfortable. They want up on you, and I don't like that. And I think I've said something before. I've had a friend in. Well, I like blast through friendships. Do you know what I mean? At the beginning of a study abroad, because it's like the beginning of freshman year in college. Like everyone's like brand new, and everyone's looking to mob out in groups of 20. Um, I've told this story to my students, and my student was like, "This girl was in love with you," and I feel like that's crazy. That's a whole nother thing on TikTok, and it's so hard for me because I'm definitely like, you know, neuro. People say neurodivergent, but I'm like multiple levels of unwell, and that's okay. Okay, don't let them take your spicy away. Um, but yeah, like these sometimes it's often like these girls. They like I hate this word. It's like they glomp on. They like it's uh, uh, it's the narcissist like they put you on a pedestal and then they want to take you down and they idolize you and they want to take you down and you're literally not doing anything and you're not. I feel like especially for these really intense relationships, I feel like I'm not asking for anything from you. Like I really don't feel like I'm a demanding person. I think sometimes when a boundary's been crossed or like I feel not good, I will have to say something like I don't like your friends or we're not hanging out with these people anymore. Like I'll say it. But oh my god, the dog's back. Oh, oh, cute. And the switch up is so crazy. I don't know if I do that. I feel like I don't do that. I feel like I'm too secure in myself to switch up on people and go crazy berserk and like start yelling at you and accusing me, because this is my personal lived experience, and like start accusing you or start like icing me out, even though we're already in it together. Like you can't just have all of this in it's like it's like obsession almost. And I've heard the girls discuss this about the lacrosse girls because I've heard it happens in with the lacrosse girls too. So it's not just me. And I feel like honestly not in a victim mindset, but I think you are a victim of someone who's like who's almost like absorbing you and like surrounding you with their presence and their energy, and then they switch up on you. And I don't know, I feel like I don't know if it's dangerous, but it's something that at this point in my life, because age isn't like the deciding factor of everything, but at this point in my life, I don't want to waste my life on that type of cycle, because it's happened to me so many times. It's happened to my friends a lot of times, and I don't think it's fair. I think it's not right. I think it's wrong actually. Yeah. So I think I think I'm okay. I've definitely healed. I'm not a people pleaser. I actually displease. I'm not confrontational, but if something happens, like I'm gonna say shit and I'm gonna say shit. Like I'm gonna say something. And I think it took a lot out of my friend just because the relationship was really long and it was very intense. Ooh, dog's back. It was very long. It was a very intense relationship, and hi. And I I don't know. They were together for years. I think when you're hi. Hi. You're so cute. Yeah, I think when you're together for years and then you see someone's true colors, that's a whiplash effect. Don't you think? You can see the dog. Don't you think? Yeah, it's like a whiplash effect. And I think I'm kind of watching my friend's healing process. And it's also like good to something that I hear a lot of people feel is that they're stuck. And I think as much as it hurts, like you you kind of need that break so you can, I don't know, glow up or not be stuck anymore because it really forces you to, I don't know, straight up just move out or do whatever you need to do, like get a job or think about what you're doing with your life or think about how you're approaching relationships. Because I think at the end of the day, I saw, I don't know who it was. Oh my god, I think it might have been Mark. No, I think it was Pedro Pascal, and he's freaking everywhere. He's my idol. He's booked and busy. I want to be just like him. He's in Fantastic Four. He's on SNL. He's in like this new show. He's in this new movie. Anyways, I think Pedro was like, and what is a casual relationship? Who is truly casual? And it's like now that I'm a little bit more awake, like like my prefrontal cortex is really close to being fully fully developed. I agree, especially as someone who went through hookup culture during college. You feel like it's like worse than empty. You feel you feel like, and it's worse than used. You feel almost gross, I think. After some encounters, I definitely think you feel gross. And even if it's not purely like sexual, sometimes, and you're like, you've seen each other multiple times, I think you can still feel really gross. Like I've seen some of the texts, I've seen some of the breakup texts from my friends. That's nasty work, bro. You can suddenly on a random Thursday evening you cancel plans right before. That's nasty. You're not That's nasty. Especially, this is a human being that you've been involved with, like they've been in your life. Like how could you do that to someone? I think it's there's lack of commitment, there's no accountability, and then I don't know, I don't even know. It's gross. And so how do we elevate, how do we raise the vibrations? I've also seen another like person on the talk that I follow, and I just think everyone's going through the nastiest breakups of their lives. I think the disrespect levels are just through the roof, and I think that's really sad. And it's almost like at some point you have to choose yourself. Like you have to choose love, you have to choose yourself. If these people aren't for you, they're not for you. My cutoff game's crazy. And I tell people, and people know my cutoff game is crazy. Like, don't disrespect me in my on my phone in my home, you know? That's crazy. And it's like this is a personal thing. I think it's even in terms of dating, I think it's even more disrespectful if after I've said don't talk to me anymore or I blocked you or I said we're done, if you want to come back around, first of all, it's weak and pathetic. And second of all, we've all just lost, you know. And it's like, do you even understand what you did? You know what I mean? Like in the moment that I decided that you were no longer going to be a part of my life, do you understand? Do you understand why I did that? It's not because I wanted to. I was unhappy. I was very upset. But now you've done I can't believe you've done this. So, we must raise the vibes. That's our collective thing. And hopefully it will help other people also raise their vibe and frequencies, the honking. And I think there's a lot of people we have to leave behind. If not completely cut off people, there's definitely like boundaries and space and like more limited interactions that you can have with people who don't really get you or get me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. And I feel like I feel this especially because I've lived I've said it, and people have said it to me. I was never going to be a standard person. Like, like my lore's too crazy to even like, you know, have attempted to live a traditional life, and that's okay. But, you know, I'd love to, you know, meet new people or have people around me who get it, who get, the it's not even, I don't think it's give and take. It's understanding. We talk about unconditional love and stuff. People are definitely allowed to make mistakes and like, do a boo-boo. I i do boo-boos, and I think and it happens. And you gotta say sorry too. You have to be like open to talking. And you have to be open to growth and being better, because that's the whole thing. If you're not, then you are stuck, and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a vicious cycle. And I've been in this period of growth for some time. I was definitely hermit for my unemployment period. I was definitely struggling. I don't know what I was when I was working. I was death, probably. I've been watching that. I haven't been watching her, but I see all the reactions to the Kendra I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and she's always picking the tower card. Like she picked up tower 5 times. I don't think I picked up tower 5 times in my entire life. Like, girl, slow it down. I enjoy being free. This might be a shift, but I really, and maybe it's because I've finally eaten something for, I guess this is my lunch. I had to, I had to wake up. Well, I tried to go to bed early last night because, I've been trying to, not be insane. And I think cup noodles aren't like sufficient for my stomach for a night. Because I woke up like super hungry and having to pee, and it was really, really early. Like it was still dark out. That was too early. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. And then I got on the talk, and then I saw, and that's another thing. We're all on our phones. It do be that damn phone, and I get it. Like I'm there with y'all. I'm there, but the anxiety. I feel like it's like a latent anxiety, and even some days, like I'll just be like, I'm just gonna go outside. Like I need to go outside. I need to go out for a walk, and I need to be in nature. I think that's good. I think that's very needed. And I'm very lucky and grateful that, Ciudad de Mexico has that kind of setup where it's like parks and, tiendas and like cafes and stuff like that. That's like a good lifestyle. Um, yeah, I enjoy being free. If I just had like, again, I've said it before, if I was just a hedge fund baby, trust fund baby, and I could just like live my life. I mean, I also think I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn because if we want to be like freaking woo woo Kendra, the tower, if we want to be woo woo Kendra, I've always felt like in a past life, like I was like a rebellious princess or whatever. Like I was Princess Di or something like that. That's always how I felt. I think also like financial hardship has taught me a lot. It's taught me how to work hard and like work for myself and be resilient and not rely on others just because it's gotta be me. And yeah, people cheated off of me, and I didn't care. Like I don't care. Like I'm not a petty person. Um, so I think hopefully I'm hopefully manifesting big money, like and security and safety and financial freedom, which has been years. I mean, really, and I got really close to paying off all my debt. Rent is crazy in San Diego, but I'm very interested to see how the housing market responds to all of the shit going on in the states. Because I know people are leaving, like people are straight up leaving the country, and I think it's being talked about by many people, and I think it's even being talked about by the real estate people, which is big. So maybe rent's gonna go down. Who knows? Yeah, I think also reflecting on my own role in relationships. I have my own. I'm not perfect. I never claimed. What was it? Na 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 na. Who says you're not perfect? Mm, I have blocks. I know I have blocks. I'm working through it. Okay, it's been a long time. All my life, I've been working through a lot of blocks. I think I'm a pretty good friend. I am a very intense person. I've always been told that throughout my life. I don't know. You should meet my mom. Anyways, I fear that it does stress people out. I've heard from the reviews. I think I've also chilled out a lot, especially after Thailand, like, and like, having to do it all alone, and becoming like an adult, and meditating and trying to release all of the unnecessary things that are holding me back or weighing me down, not serving me anymore. I do remember, yeah, a lot of friends, and I've been very mean to a lot of my friends. I don't think it's a switch up. I think it's like what I knew and grew up with. So it's almost like what I knew, but I knew it wasn't right, and I think I've definitely let go of that. I'm really proud of myself because that was a lot of work. And it was a lot. It's a lot of reckoning. Like, I've been bad. I know I've been mean and I've been bad. I'm not afraid to admit that. I've admitted it very many times, and I don't know if it's controlling or coercive, but I definitely have like a social pressure that I know that people say that I have that effect, and I like don't want that to be the case. So that's something I'm working on in terms of like friendships. In terms of I like have had such trouble. It's hard for me to even like, just because of who raised me. It's hard for me to even like see men as people sometimes, because I tell you, I was raised by a certified man hater, and I understand. I do understand, and yet it doesn't serve me. Like, I want like a loving, respectful partner that cherishes me, and I want us to like do casual things, and like not casual like whatever, but like just like to like walk in the park, or like to walk the city streets, especially out here. Like, I enjoy the nighttime walks, and unfortunately I can't do that safely all the time. I do it, but there's definitely like moments where I'm like, I can't go there. Like, I can't go there, or there's like a time limit, or I shouldn't be out in this area at this time, even though I'm in freaking Roma Norte. Like, I'm in the gentrified, the expat central. Like, people are running and walking their dogs here. You know, like the menus are in English. Like, it's like that, and I still cannot. And I've told y'all I've reflected on my time in San Diego, and it's like that too. Like, even in my city, like, and I know not it's like not unsafe in comparison to many places. Like, I've been around walking at night because I've had to, but it's also like not the place that I would want to be alone at night at. But I'd love a little hot chocolate and a pastry walk at night around the park, around the fountains, or honestly, it's getting to the point where I would just like to walk and not be disturbed. And I, not that I would want like that's what I want a man for, but I think that would be a huge like win, like a benefit. And especially from my last rounds, I think it's got to be like a man. Like, it can't be a little boy, cuz like people have opinions on who is with me, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think one of the guys, they were on Halloween at Tipsy Crow. Some girl, I mean, they were fucked, but she was straight up. I mean, straight up to his face, in front of both of us, was like, "She's too good for you. You dump him immediately." I was like, "This. It's Valentine's Day. Like, oh my god." And then I remember in Vietnam, like, I was with this, my Dutch bros, and at the club, guys would literally go up to him and give him a thumbs up. That is such a weird dynamic. I like don't understand it at all. Like, I witnessed it. Like, people would go up to him and like, good job. I'm like, what the hell? What about me? I'm the one who's pretty. What the? So strange. Yeah, I had to get rid. I had to like. I've been letting go of my men are not humans block, or the vulnerability block where it's like, okay, like we're together, but you know, I'm keeping a lot of things close to my chest and close to my heart, especially because like I don't know you like that. Like, you know, I think, and it's the other hard part is it is like it is very valid sometimes when it's like you're first meeting someone and you're getting to know each other, and it's like I don't want you knowing everything about me right now because I don't know you. Like I don't want you knowing where I live because I've had men come to my home after I've said no, no more, and they've disturbed the peace of the neighborhood, and I don't like that. And yeah, and or you know, like maybe I don't want you knowing my socials just yet because my socials are, very me and for me, and like it's my personal journey, and I don't know. I don't know if that's like a normal or necessary block. But when I don't know. It's just very difficult because I feel like the other thing is I have to take things slower. I think I've said it before. Men always want to like move in with me, like after we've met. Like they're always like, okay, well, I have all of my clothes and toothbrush and towels here, and I'm just like, okay, it's very quick. Like they want to move very quickly, and I feel like even though I feel like they want to move quick to lock it down, and I kind of allow the physical movements, but internally I'm still very like I don't maybe standoffish is a bit of a way to describe it. I feel like I just have to protect myself, and I feel like, you know, there are lots of men who are out there who like are no good, and I think we all know that. And I just don't know. I think we just got to be slower and intentional. And I think maybe now I can say, hey, it's too fast. It's too much too fast. I think I'm at liberty to say those types of things because I've seen where it goes. I see how it ends. It's because people who are doing too much too fast, they want to lock it down so quickly that they don't want to go through these getting to know each other, you know, landmark milestones like, oh, we've like, gone to dinner. Like I commented on the Patty's talk, like the marathon dates are for real. Like I think every single date I go on ends up being like 2 days, and then we're like, up in each other's business. And I guess I don't have a problem with that, but I think other people like don't know how to keep it together or keep the pace at a good pace. I think that's really difficult. I feel like I feel like everything's making my tummy hurt. My tummy hurt. I had cup noodles last night. It was more like the spicy, and I don't know. My tummy has been hurting. I say as I eat cheese and fried potatoes and coffee, but I don't know. Whatever. It's gonna take my time. I'm not in a rush. I have nothing to do today. And then I have a trial lesson tomorrow, which I feel like it's fine, but it is increasing. It is very frustrating how my teaching platform kind of sets things up. Trial lessons not paid, and then they also take commission out. So the price that you charge is like way more, like a couple dollar or two more than the price that you're actually getting paid. And I think everybody should understand that. I think it should be very transparent. And honestly, I think it makes my students like want to not use Preply, especially because it's a shit platform for like the actual lesson. Like the the servers, and this is like from other tutors. The servers are always over flooded because it's always like all the Europeans are on there. I'm not saying it's only Europeans, but there's like very peak times where it's like a bunch of Europeans are using the app, and then the servers are like down. And it's a Ukrainian like thing. Um, Stand with Ukraine. They have it on their website, but the servers get over flooded, and then you can't like, and then the like connection is very laggy. So it's like I don't know, whatever. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm very good at teaching English. People really like me, and I get good reviews. The only times that things go wrong is when I have to say, I'm not teaching anymore, or if you didn't show up, I think it was like literally one time. It's like, okay, well, you did not show up, and it pays me. Unless we reschedule, it still pays me. Which is like, whatever. It's like, you've kind of wasted my time that I could have been using otherwise, but I don't know. People who don't do gig work don't get it. So it's like every moment is an important moment. Whatever. I should probably just get a normal taco tonight. I don't know if I have any cash. Unfortunately, it seems like US Bank is doing like some like conversion charge. So I get like cents on the Gmail. Get out of here. I get cents on the dollar. Some of the cents. I don't know, whatever. But like if you do talk like street tacos, you need cash. Look at this guy. I haven't had birria out here yet. And there's this place right next to the place that I'm staying at, which I really enjoy that place, except the walls are really thin. And today there was crazy amounts of construction, and it was irritating me. It was like thump 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 like every minute. I was like, I have to leave. I'm getting irritated. Arbery. Oh my god, that lady from earlier was literally crying over here. I'm like, okay, get it, girl. That's okay. I think something that helps me, I don't know if it help anybody else. I think it's knowing that you exist also means that you're loved. I think that's something that helps soothe me a little, just because like what that girl was crying about, it's like sometimes it really feels like you're alone and you have no one and you have no friends and you have no fam, and that like no one's there for you. But I think it's not true, and it's all about your beliefs and your mindset and the reality that you're creating and envisioning for yourself. Oh, they're playing bangers. Oh my god. um yeah. And I feel like in terms of like dating and romantic relationships, I do you know, miss and envy the comfort, but I think it's like not my place to settle for less or like lower the standards, especially because my growth potential is, infinite. The limit doesn't exist. And if I'm with someone who gets in my way or makes me feel small or less than or compares me to other people, or what was I going through? Or I think this is something between men and women, and Lapati and Q. Let me know if just direct call out. Um, my friends, if I'm wrong or right, let me know. But like, I'm not in a financial situation that I can take care of, well, myself, or let alone anybody else, and that's okay. Like, I don't think it's like the end of the world. It's like, right, but there was like come some moments last time with this last guy, I guess. No, it was like the last guy. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like guys have some sort of financial domination thing where because they're paying for everything, they want to like that's their value to the relationship, and because you're not paying for anything, you're not as valuable, I feel. And then when I leave, you're upset. Like, okay. I feel like if I in an ideal like relationship, like he's paying for things. Like, why would I? Especially in my financial situation. And then if I get up my money up and my bag right, like I've been sugar mom before. Like, I can pay for your dinner. Like, especially it's so frustrating because it's always my home. Like, you're always at my home, eating my food, breathing my air, using my water bill and shit like that. Like, I feel like people don't understand. Like, I feel like the role of women is obviously really devalued in society, and I feel like I really it turns me off when a man tries to use money as like leverage or something, or as like some sort of look at like what I'm doing for you. Like, okay, and what, like, I mean, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then especially like don't brag about it. Don't be like, "Look, I'm making big bucks," and then like pay for everything and then like try to guilt trip me or try to use it as leverage. Like, I don't like that. Like, I think that's gross. Like, it's not it was never just about the money. Like, I'm not I'm not like looking for sugar daddies. I think they're gross. Like, I've honestly been on the sugar daddy apps, and I could get a sugar daddy. Well, God, What's the Shangela? I never had a sugar daddy. I could get a sugar daddy if I wanted. It's the Shangela versus Mimi. I'm first. Baby, you could never, because I'm not that kind of girl. Shangela. Oh my god, she's so correct. But it's like, yeah, I could get a sugar daddy if I wanted to. I'm not the type of girl. Like, I hate you. Like, you're gross to me. And I've seen the girls who have a sugar daddy moment, and they don't look good after. They look disheveled. They look like they look like spiritually diseased post sugar daddy mess, and they don't want to talk about it. They're ashamed. And I'm like, that's not for me, girl. Yeah. So I don't know why men do shit like that. They're like, oh, this is my entire, like, what? I hate that. That's so gross. Am I said it before, my love language is quality time. So it's like, we don't have to be like I've never been taken out on a shopping spree. I've never been flown out, you know. I feel like I don't ask for much. Like let's just like hang out. Like let's go to the arcade, like let's be chill. And I feel like guys don't get that. I feel like guys like there's that whole like weird thing. Guys are like, "Oh, she's just using you for your money." Like what money, girl? Like show me. Show me the money cuz I don't know where she's at. And or if we were you should be generous. Like you should and you should understand. Like there's a huge gap in like there's a pay gap. There's always been a pay gap. And then I've said it before, like women, you want us to look beautiful. This shit is expensive. Makeup's expensive. Hair and shit is expensive. Jewelry's expensive. Clothes are expensive. Shoes, socks. I mean, like we're already, and then you don't have to wear anything. You don't have to even worry about that. Like I just think that's such a ridiculous argument coming from the male population, the alpha male or the whatever type of it, the incels, the red pills, whatever. Oh my god, I've been at this for like an hour. I feel like no, I always have a lot to say. I have enjoyed this. I feel like I definitely this is gonna be my new thing, especially because I would do things that are like in the moment, like funny, but I don't have any Wi-Fi. I'm unlimited data because I'm like travel. I'm in a foreign country. Like I'm not on a data like an unlimited data plan. So I can't just use data willy nilly. I'm like it's Google Maps and Uber. That's it. Yeah. So I don't know. I think my goals. I mean, besides it's like love and success. I think that's what I've kind of been on these days. And I feel like I'm getting really good at unconditional self love. And I think I'm ready to be a loving partner, especially from like my experiences. Like, I think again, I don't really date, but I think I could be a really good partner. Who knows though? I was really crazy my freshman year. Um, Not that it was an excuse for how I was treated. And I think it shows that after my freshman year, my first ever boyfriend, my first and only boyfriend, and we broke up. I was still friends with all of his friends, and they all ended up having crushes on me. And then we had to end those friendships. I think that says a lot. Not that it wasn't me, but and that I'm perfect, but yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I am still working on some of my blocks, like with regards to like other people's feelings and things like that, and my own like blocks of vulnerability and like letting people, especially men that I'm dating, into my world. Because I'm very protective with my energy because it's very important, and I think it's valuable, and I I don't think everybody is worthy of my time and energy at this point in my life. Because especially because I'm working for myself and I'm trying to get my own shit to pop off. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I definitely think in my next like whoever I start to see next, my next attempt at dating and love, maybe even in friendship relationships, I need to slow it down. We gotta maintain a steady and sustainable pace because, like I said, we go fast and we're not getting to know each other at a good pace with milestones of like, okay, well, we've known each other and we've done this together. It's been a lot of, well, now you're living in my home. It's been a lot of that. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if that's normal. I don't think it is. I don't know what that's about. I think I gotta, but that's the line where it's like I want to. There's a need for me to be a little bit more open and open. Yeah, just open. But then it's also like some people really. I think I have to choose my people wisely. I think I have to choose who I'm investing my time and energy into. And I think something I've been thinking about is letting people show me who they are and then reacting accordingly, because people can talk a lot. People can say I'm not controlling, or like I don't want to be the bad guy, or I don't want to, or I feel this way about you. You can talk a lot. Like I'll talk, and talk is cheap, and that's fine. But then you've shown me who you are, and now I don't want anything to do with you. I think this I my time I don't know what's gonna happen. A bathroom in the future, a future bathroom experience will be experienced. Um, yeah. Honestly, it's already kind of happened here. I feel like people want to rush. I don't want to rush. And I feel like people that want to rush, they want to bypass certain natural like increments of growth and relationship building. I think that's the more, I've experienced, the more I think that is important. Like, who is this person? What are they about? I think if people are too stuck, I said that, but people are holding on to a lot of things. And if you're holding on to too much, then you're kind of not for me. Because I can't hold on because there's so much going on already. Like, I'll have to say it. And if you're watching, like, we we talked about it. There were so many things like about the guys that I've dated where in their past they have been maybe not treated poorly, or they've wanted to overcome some sort of injustice in there that's happened to them, or perceived injustice that's happened to them in whatever. Maybe it was like they were bullied, or maybe they didn't like have a great relationship with a parent or something like that. that that the experience is valid, it's okay, but it's very damaging to bring that into new relationships and then just expect the other person to just like be like, oh, okay, like you're unable to meet me where I'm at, and I just have to deal with that. Very unhealed, very traumatized. And look, I'm I should be, if this were like decades, I would be institutionalized. I'm I know it. But I think it's not fair and it's not right to bring that into a like a burgeoning or a blossoming relationship, because it's you've now burdened like our bond. I think that's irresponsible. It's disrespectful. And I think especially when you're like in that type of relationship, in any type of, you're you're gonna mirror each other. Like you're gonna be like, okay, well here are my issues, and then when things happen, the issues are gonna come up, and you're gonna have to deal with this issue that's like from you and your past, and you're gonna have to deal with the other person that's kind of bringing this issue to the forefront. And I think that happens a lot with me personally. I think that because my light is really bright or whatever, my aura is so powerful and whatever. I think it really like it changes people. I've literally had emails, like you woke. It happens to me all the time, and that's fine. That's just like my role in it all. But I don't like it being thrown back at me, and I especially in vulnerable situations where like we're in conflict right now and we care about each other. So I really don't. I would prefer not to like break up and get back together and break up and get back together, but it happens. And I think, yeah, that it gets thrown in my face a lot, like that I yes, I have my own issues, and then also it awakens other people's like issues, and then they don't want to confront it, and then they just throw it at me. Like they're just like, okay, well now you deal with it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with it. Like we're, especially at this age, like we're adults right now, like we cannot be doing that. Yeah. Sometimes I think about past interactions, and I'm like, I should have beat his ass, or I should have beat her ass, honestly. And I'm really not. I'm like, I'm a lot of talk. I did do Muay Thai, and I'm also crazy. Like, but and I'm grateful that I don't get into fights. Like, I'm not a fighting person. But some people really need to get their fucking ass beat, like for real. And it's never the people. It's never the people who really need it, or people who be getting their ass beat all the time, then flip that shit and take it out on other people. And it's like, okay, well, that's not fair. That's not fair to us. Mm, I think if I'm often going to be painted as the one in the wrong because I shine a mirror to other people's shadows, right? I think I'm just gonna have to walk away. Like that girl from before who was like crying with the dogs. She was like, "I'm done." I'm like, "Yeah, girl, you're done. We're done here. Like you're just done. Like it's over. Like it's the finale. Roll the credits because I cannot heal you for you. You have to heal yourself for yourself." And I think I've dealt with that, especially with friends, because you want the best for them and you want to help them with their issues, and you want to spend time with them. And sometimes it goes way deeper than you could ever, and sometimes they're not ready to release their pain, and you cannot do anything. I think, and I've tried to help people in the ways that I could, and tried to love people in the ways that I could, and support people. And sometimes they do throw it in your face, and that's okay. But I think it's not gonna be for me forever. I'm sick of that dynamic. And I think a lot of my friends are also sick of that dynamic, because a lot of my friends are very like pure of heart, adventurous, like omnivore types of people who can like be alone but also like enjoy a crowd. Um, I think it's also not a reflection of us, so like me and my friends and whatever. It's a reflection of that person and how deep their pain is. And then at the same time, when you love someone and their pain is so deep and you can't, and now they're taking it out on you, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself and you have to walk away. And or they're gonna do something crazy like go through some spiritual psychosis. I'm so sorry to my friend. Go through spiritual psychosis and have to be checked into like, what is it, 4140? I don't know what it is in Thailand, but it's like, people who are like on the brink of sewer slide. That's exhausting and that's not healthy and it's not sustainable, and sometimes you gotta walk away. And I've had it both be on both sides, for me to be like, this isn't working out for us, we have to end this, we cannot be in each other's lives anymore for our own safety. And I've also had other people end it with me and be like, very very vicious. I'm trying to remember this one time. There have been a few times, especially when it's like that one boyfriend who broke up with me and kept coming back around and broke up with me again and then broke up with me again and then kept coming back around, and then like, I fucking hate you, bro. You're full of shit. I'm thinking particularly of this friend that I had my second year. It was the friendship breakup was so bad that I had to move. And people always want to paint me as the bad guy. Like, I don't think you've seen me be the bad guy. Like, I could be bad. I could be worse. I think you're seeing like the best. I feel like people don't get that. Like, people are so upset with me and they want to like yell at me and like, uh it's more than criticize. They want to accost me. And I don't think people realize I could be meaner. I could be so mean. I could hurt your feelings so deeply, bro. And I'm being nice right now. Like, I have restraint. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, that friendship breakup was very abrupt. It was very much like, we're done in a moment. Um, and yeah, that was pretty hard, but it was also enlightening because I'd invested so much, and I'm sure she also, in a way. But some people are really rigid people who can't let go. Honestly, we have to have empathy. I feel for you. Yeah, that Wendy Williams, like, shout out to people with social anxiety. I feel for you guys. So anyway, I think babes, we must elevate our levels, our frequencies, and I think it starts with the self. So yeah, I'm working on self love, unconditional self love. What does it look like when you love yourself unconditionally? What does it mean for me, for you? Does it mean taking it easy? Because yeah, it does. Especially as someone who like battles the voices every day. I have to the voices. Um, yeah, I feel like I have to take it really easy because it's so easy to take it hard on yourself, especially in, we live in a society's a prison. And I think, it looks different for everybody. But I think also like forgiving yourself is a huge thing. Like, look, I'm not the worst person in the world. I'm not lazy or incompetent or going to die tomorrow. I think that's something that is something that I'm working on. And then when you kind of leave the sphere of the self and you start, dancing with the world, being very aware of what and who is in your energy, because it's, like, it's all quantum physics. Like, it's all like we all exist and we're all connected, and we know this, and it's been told to us since we were young. I think a lot of people just don't get it, but that's okay. Or you get it on some level, you don't get it on another level, that's also okay. But yeah, there's just some people who aren't on your level. Like, sometimes you're a level, you know 60 and they're level 5, and they're they may be your friend. Like, you may have to carry them a little, but it's not going to be long term. Like, our crowds, our people, our circles really must be, I think it's a demand, even, that we're always kind of going up, or not up, but at our we talk about highest self, highest path. And I think it is really important because it's so easy for someone to drag you down. Like I was saying, with previous, relationships, dating or professional or friendship. I just saw it, like, you can someone's negativity can be transferred to you, and I feel that a lot. I feel that a lot. I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person. You know, that's okay. But if someone's so negative and they're always like that and they're always bringing you down, then you're gonna become, I don't know, they're dragging you down to their level, and that's not the level you're supposed to be at. You're supposed to be going up. So that's kind of what I feel, and I believe that it'll get better and better, and I'll meet people who are aligned. And also the relationships that I have, that I'm growing, we're growing together, we're growing in the relationship, and we're becoming better together, and we influence each other. Like I said, we all kind of went through this huge spring breakup, and now we're kind of healing and trying to find ourselves a little more. I think that's good. My hope is definitely to have like a long-term partner sometime in the future, and to have like some solid friends, solid people who I can rely on. I think I'm a pretty reliable person. I may be late, but I'm working on that. And yeah, I may be very truthful, and it may not be for people who have very delicate feelings all the time. But you know what? That's just how it is. And I think we have to be real, because if we're fake, then you're not you. I think that's just truth. And then, yeah, I think professionally, I'm still learning a lot. I'm, I, I think I do pretty well. I think my last job was just horrific. I think working at the county was just a really horrific time. I think there's some really corrupt freaks in government, and I think that system allows for people, it encourages people like that who are like, they mask and they're completely detached from their true self, but they act like some type of way. And I think that's just never going to be for me. I don't understand that type of person and that type of world and that reality and that lifestyle. And I don't think it benefits me to put myself through the ringer. Um, Metaphorically speaking, and then also just like I've done it. I've been there. I did elections. I worked in the executive office or whatever. Like I've suffered enough. I think now moving forward in like more professional relationships, I I I think it is okay to push. Not like in a rude way, but especially moving into the type of work that I'm doing upcoming, I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. I have to like be present and say what I need to say. And I hope I haven't, I don't think I've lost it. I think it's going to just be a very different round of teaching for me. Like, it's been all right so far. I do think a lot of people, I don't know, I think they see how I look and they think something, of course. So yeah, firm with boundaries. That's something that I'm working on. And I think the affirmation is um like my boundaries are like self-respect or self-love too. I think that is true. And I think if one really loves another person, they will respect those boundaries. Not just respect, honor. I think they should honor the boundaries put up, especially because you don't know what people have been through. Like, I think people look at me and they think that I'm like this, but I've been through a lot. And I think once you get to know me, you get it. But I think at first people are like, "Oh, pretty girl. Oh, she's smart too. Oh, she's funny. Oh, like, yeah, bitch. Like, I've been through it. I've been through it multiple times, and I think I'm ready to not be going through it all the time. Like, I've been so like on the like I don't want to suffer anymore. Like, I'm kind of sick of it. Like, it's kind of done for me. Like, I'd love to thrive. I'd love to thrive and flourish, and I'd like to not worry about money or, I mean, that's the big thing. I think money is the big worry. But I also think, you know, finding a genuine crowd of people to support you and want the best for you. And sometimes, especially during these times where, and I believe in my success is inevitable. That's the other affirmation. But I think during times of trial and tribulation, it is true that people's true selves and intentions are revealed. I'm not calling anybody out, but I appreciate those who support me. And I I also see people who don't support me. And I also see people who do as much as they can. And then I see people who do, you know, barely anything. And I think it's very reflective of how much you have and how generous and loving you are. Um, when someone close to you is going through a difficult time, because I will open my doors. Like I've done this very recently. Like, my friend, like, I don't know you so well, but if you don't have a place to sleep at night, like, I'll let you into my home. Like, I'm not going to let someone I know sleep out on the floor, especially because I know sleeping outside. I know sleeping outside. I know having to dig through the trash for food. Like, I know that shit. Um and I don't know. I feel like even if people say they want you to be successful and they want you to, I don't know, they say a lot of things, but I think somewhere on the inside they don't they don't believe it fully. I think that's very revealing. And then I think it makes you reflect on your positions, your roles with these types of people, because especially during this moment in my life, this moment in time for me is so, it's so important. I mean, every moment is important. It's a beautiful moment, but this moment where I'm really trying to be alive for myself, I think it's a revolutionary act in some ways for a lot of people. And I don't think a lot of people can fully support something they don't understand and they are envious of, uh, and that's really tragic, I think. And so it makes me want to retreat or retract from those types of people. Even if we're friends, we've been friends for a long time, you're, an important person in my life. Like, you know I definitely don't owe you, you know and then when I see the other people in my life who are really supportive and who are coming from a a pure intention, like loving intention kind of place, who are not asking for something else, what can you do for me, you know type of thing. I feel like it makes me love them even more. Like, I think it makes your bond has become stronger and grown more. I've said it, like, and I feel like whenever I talk about my friendships, they often can crash and burn. But I've known Lepatty since France, so I've known him for half a decade now, and I feel like Lepatty gets it. I talk about Lepatty and like you also. I brought these two people up because we kind of go through the same types of shit. We're kind of like similar people. The girls and the gays, always. Um, and I think that's really nice because I see you, interacting with what I'm doing, where I'm at, and this is just the beginning. And that's when you kind of need it the most. You kind of need that support the most. And then I think about other people and what I do. I am very, like, understanding. Other people have other lives and are going through other things too. But then don't like come around my house then. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't come around here if you're not like in my circle. Like, if you're not for real. I I don't really have the bandwidth to like pour into people that aren't able to pour into me, if that makes sense. Like, energetically speaking, and like, with support, like whatever you can, like, you know the world's like a very big place, and I don't know, I just really appreciate the people who do support me and think of me, and I think of them, and I have very beautiful friendships that have lasted years, and I'm very grateful for that. And I hope and I believe that those friendships will grow and grow, and we will be able to enjoy life together. But maybe I'll shine a mirror on people who are so focused on themselves and their own pursuits. Not that I'm not, but I'm in a situation where I have to be. I've been like pushed to, I'm not like, I mean, I feel like I have been like, this is not something that if I had a job, like I wouldn't be doing this. Like, and I think a lot of people understand that. uh, you know, what is your purpose, right? I'm just saying, like, we talk about relationships, and I think they're one of the most important things about being a human. Are you nurturing your relationships? I like to think that, especially because from being a big loud extrovert, I've pulled it in. I think I am focused on nurturing my relationships, the people in my life who are contributing positively. I like am open to that. I receive that, and I give back in whatever way I can. And I don't think it's like that. I don't think relationships should be transactional either. I think it's, you know, who can bring light and warmth into your life. And I think there's a lot of people like that, and I'm grateful for them. And then also it makes me more and more aware that there are many people who are not at that level. And it's not that I would cut them off, but I wouldn't like invite them to my party. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to celebrate um if you didn't put in that work, or, you know, I don't know what to say, stake your claim, but like, I mean, really, it's it's at that point in my life where, what are you doing here? Oh well. Okay, this has been a long time, and I gotta find a bathroom. It's bathroom time. I feel like, I don't know. I enjoyed this. I hope to do something like this again. We'll see. Tomorrow I have an early trial lesson, and then I have a ticket to the Frida Kahlo Museum, which that was honestly the thing that I wanted to do here. And, you know, it's gonna happen. So I'm excited. I wanted to wear a blue dress because I feel like she has the blue house, but I know I'm gonna take a motorbike there, which I love. And I don't know how it is like wearing a dress out on the motorbikes out here. I might just wear my Moomin pants, yeah, and just deal with it. Cause in Thailand, I feel like people are wearing long skirts, so it's normal. And then people are grabbing everywhere, so it's also normal. And like, there isn't this, yes, there is like the gender divide. I've talked about that. But I feel like there's a little bit more comfort. I feel like when I was on my last motor, I feel like it wasn't as like a hee hee, it was very like, uh-oh. And I was wearing a little dress, so I know it is very, but yeah, I gotta be respectful of the vibes and the la cultura, right? Because it's it's just different. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable. So we'll see. I'll probably wear my pants. Probably a good idea. And like, you're like up against each other. Mm-mm. I I hate that I love it, but I don't know what it is. A guy on a motorbike. I don't know what it is. And I hate the noise. I hate the noise. It's so loud. But I remember when, because usually I was either with Lila Sher, who is like a an older brother, really, like Guga Guga, but that and or a grab bike, and those were all like older dudes who were like, look at this little girl, she like needs help, obviously, and it was never like, like that. But the one time that it was like with a man that I had we were together at for a, in what was it, Kalanta, I think we met dancing on the, he was French, of course. um and he he like drove me from his place to my place on the island, and he had like his own little motorbike. Oh my god, I felt like so like, oh my god. And he was like, "Yeah, hold on to me." I was like, "Okay." I loved it. Oh my god. It makes me a little, you know, feral. I don't know, especially, and he wasn't wearing, he like, because you don't wear any clothes out in Thailand because you're on the beach all the time. Oh my god. And he was like blonde. He was like a beautiful boy. What's wrong with that? Okay. Well, bathroom time. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I wonder if you've liked this format. I mean, it wasn't a mukbang, but I'm not like a mukbang girl. I think if I was in high school, I'd be a mukbanger because I used to eat a lot. I used to play lacrosse, but I don't do anything anymore. I just go on hot girl walks, which is good enough. And so I don't be eating like that no more. Let me know if you like this, like, we're at a meal together format. Let me know how you feel about relationships and being lonely, and, blocks that prevent you, or unlocking blocks that are detrimental to your self love and loving relationship journey. I think it's a big thing to talk about. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye.